What is up, guys? It is me, your good friend, Eric. I don't know if we're really good friends. Some of you might not really like me. Particularly that one guy who threatened to kill me in real life, and then, long story short, he got permanently banned by Riot because he took it a little too personally losing a game of League of Legends. But this game is gonna be... I'll tell a story. I'll make a video on that story later. This game is gonna be a full game commentary on how to play Nidalee in the jungle from the red side. Now, it's typically not too different from the blue side. There are a couple of things that you want to keep an eye out for, but for the most part, we're going to talk about playstyles, when to invade, when to not invade, how to play, how to get an early advantage, who to be aware of, who to be going in on, all that good stuff. All the micro, macro, and stuff in between. We want to make sure we talk about all of that. First things first, do we invade a Xin Zhao? Well, Xin Zhao is one of those champions where you can invade, but it's not always advisable. Oh man, sorry, this is my friend right there, Boatless Hose, because you know, boats and hose, that joke. But against the Xin Zhao, it's not always advisable to invade him. You can invade him, especially from the red side, but the risk is, who is their bot lane? Because their bot lane is going to be the one that gets there fastest, especially their support. If it's a Blitzcrank, which it is, you want to avoid that. The reason being because Blitzcrank is a fucking bitch. It makes it really hard to invade. He can turn around any invade pretty quickly just by showing up and throwing out his fist. And then boom, you take it in the butt. And so you gotta play it real smart, real safe. The number one thing I usually do is I put a ward over this wall, and then I wait for the enemy team to ward this bush. You're gonna say, why are you waiting in this bush to get it, to catch the ward? Well, number one, I know that red side always reaches this brush earlier. The pathing to this brush is a little bit easier for red side than it is to blue side. So I will get here first. And the reason I want to be in here is I can triple hit the ward before it dies. Much like Leona can kill a ward without having to use her trinket, Nidalee can do the same if she's standing on the ward. She's in melee range for it because you can auto-attack it in human form, then get a reset from the Cougar form transformation, and then Cougar Q it. So you can get 3 autos off in a very short span of time, and it does clear the ward. Now I'm very, very nervous because I don't know where the enemy Blitzcrank is. Riven, can you do Raptors, please? I need wolves for 3. Oh, she's actually doing that. Thank you. I'm actually shocked. Very, very rarely will a Riven actually go off and do the Raptors. Very, very rarely. I don't know why, but a lot of players are like, nah, fuck no, I'm not doing Raptors, I'm doing wolves. Yeah, the reason I want wolves is because I will not hit level 3 unless I invade, which I'm not doing. I do want wolves for that level 3. So I hit level 2, and I am going to immediately go for the wolves. Pretty fast level 2 there. So you'll notice I'm able to clear these wolves really, really quickly because I get the double the resets. Not really double resets. Looks like Vayne successfully cleared them. They're not Vayne. Riven successfully cleared them on her own. She didn't take too much extra damage. Now there may be a Xin Zhao invading me here, and this is something I want to keep an eye out for. I'm going to go ahead and clear this guy first, so I have this coverage down here. And then once this guy's been killed, I'll put a ward on the other side of my blue buff on my way back up. So I have full coverage, because Xin Zhao is known to invade pretty frequently. So I don't want to get killed by something cheeky. And there we go. A good solid start. Very, very fluid. No troubles from the enemy jungler. I'm not causing any trouble for the enemy jungler either. That's not exactly the way I love it. I love to have a good invade on my side, or I can make something happen real early, get a solid start, but it's nothing too bad. It's not like a negative thing that there's no early game cheekiness. Stony Brook University, is that someone's name? Stony Brook Uzi. Huh. Apparently Uzi goes to Stony Brook. Now, a lot of people would ask, why did I go back to base there? I had plenty of health to clear more camps. I could have just gone straight for the red buff. The reason for that is, one, I'm going to need to get this challenge smite sooner or later. Might as well get it sooner because for every extra camp I have with this, I get an extra 15 gold. Because I don't know if you know this, but the Hunter's Machete only gives you 15 gold extra per monster kill, whereas the challenging smite or any of the upgraded smites give you an extra 30. So you get an extra 15 gold per camp, and I want to get that as fast as possible so I can actually increase my gold gain very, very early. And so I go back because it doesn't really cost me any extra time. It's pretty much the same distance from my blue buff to my red buff as it is from base to red buff. But on top of that, I also have a couple extra potions, and I have my upgraded challenging smite. Looks like there's Xin Zhao. He might be going for mid soon, but it looks like our Victor's pretty healthy and he should be alright to go ahead and just safely clear this. That means that Xin Zhao might not actually have his blue buff unless he decided to do something really crazy. And he started a bot side, wanted to go try to gank and take the little guy. But let's go ahead and check to see if he took his blue buff. If not, then I'm gonna take this guy first. Again, reason being I want that safety. I want to know that I have an escape route, an escape plan, and getting that extra speed boost from the Scuttle Crab is really, really critical. It looks like there is a ward there, and he did not take his blue buff yet. So we're going to go ahead and put a ward right here, or a trap right there. Looks like he's going to go ahead and check that out. I'm going to go ahead and head down. I cannot gank Wukong right now. He is level 3. It is pretty risky for me to go in on this. Whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a ward over this wall to catch him doing his blue buff. That was really over-aggressive by Riven. I'm kind of shocked at that, actually. Now, he's going to go through here, and he's probably going to go around. I want to try to catch him here. There he is. So I get a little extra damage on him. He got a ward there, but I have control now, and what I can do is I can just walk right back in. And he dies. Beautifully done. So I knew he was going to try to pull something crazy like that. I work out just fine. Looks like Annie and Wukong are looking for some tasty numbins. Looks like I get out just fine. Awesome. So we played a little bit tricky in the enemy jungle there. A lot of risk, but a lot of reward. We forced the Xin Zhao away from our top laner. He's trying to pull something crazy on her. You noticed that he put a ward over the wall, trying to check to see if there's any chance he could sneak over the wall and get some cool last hits or something like that. But I ended up catching him out there, and I was able to follow him into his blue buff and catch him with my little extra trap on that wall there. He made the mistake of stepping on the trap, but it didn't really matter. I would have landed the spear anyways, and I did have challenging smite for the duel. He didn't have any upgrades, so he was going to be at a significant disadvantage. But it worked out well, and that's kind of how I would have played that. I don't think I would have changed that very much, aside from maybe being a little bit earlier to top lane to keep Riven's flash up. But other than that, that was pretty solid. Now, Riven against Wukong is going to be a pretty bad matchup for Wukong, just because he's already rushed this chain vest, which means he's going to end up being behind her, and he's going to have to follow her footsteps in terms of itemization. If he had decided to deal damage, he would actually have a power spike level 6, and I waved my thing over the cursor, which forced me to bounce backwards. If you wave your mouse over the profile, like the niddly thing, this right here, or over the map niddly, you'll actually bounce backwards. The reason for that is because of the fact that it tracks where your person is. It actually makes the cursor, it simulates the cursor slightly behind yourself whenever you're moving. It's something funky with the coding. I can't exactly explain it. Maybe you can understand it yourself just by thinking about it a little bit, but I don't work for Riot, I don't code for them, so I couldn't tell you. Looks like, ooh, that's rough. She's full health, and she's got stun back up. This is gonna be really hard to pull off. Maybe I can though. But immediately she backs off. Interesting. I don't think she saw me. I think she just decided to back off because she didn't know if she was gonna take any damage from the tower or not. I'm not really sure. That made it really hard for me to go all in there, just because she's pretty darn healthy. Yeah, she's really hard to kill here. She's got complete control over that area, and that's fine. Not much you can do about it, but what I can do is I can check for pinks here. I can walk in here, get a trap right here. He did recently get his blue buff. Looks like Annie's gonna come down to tickle my butthole. I know what she's doing. I know what you're doing, Annie. I know what you're doing. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Holy buckets. Okay, that was really close. I did not expect that burst from the Xin Zhao. Holy crap. If he had ultimate, I would have been dead there. But it is actually pretty good for a time for him to grab his ultimate, so I'm kind of surprised he didn't have it there. I want to grab my boots here. I'm going to go ahead and heal on the fountain. Typically, when you're on the fountain, if you have less mana than you have health, using your heal is not a good idea because you're going to have to sit there for a while anyways. But if you have more health than you, or if you have less health than you have mana, might as well heal up your health, use your E in human form because it's going to heal at the same rate. Your mana and your health are going to go back up at the same rate. Might as well use some of that extra mana to make your heal go a little bit faster. It's better to walk out full health and a little bit less mana than maximum than it is to walk out full mana and a little bit less health. This is a very aggressive engage here. I don't think I agree with it. I don't think I'm feeling it. Maybe oh, he has ultimate, doesn't he? Good job. 10 out of 10. I'll give you a good heal. You can probably go for dragon. No smite. Risky. I say no. I say no. Just push. So I don't have smite. I'm gonna tell him that. Say, you know what? Let's not do dragon. No smite. I'm not doing it, guys. Apparently, the victor did not understand what that meant and decided to start walking towards the dragon. He probably didn't take too much damage there. Yeah, he's full health. But a bit of a risky move there. And he will have her ultimate. She'll try to go all in on him pretty shortly. If he can just prolong this all in just a couple more seconds, I can definitely come in and turn it. But I don't know if he can. I think he's going to go ahead and stick around. It looks like he just took some of my raptors. That bastard, Victor. There we go. We spotted him. At least I turned away that gank. That could have been pretty disastrous. Looks like there's a 3-man in the mid. Looks like Blitzcrank's sitting in the mid lane looking to get some free kills. This is going to be pretty disastrous for our mid laner because he's going to lose a lot of pressure. As long as our top laner can turn around and get out, which she's decided to not do, I hope that's the correct decision because Ribbon usually will lose these situations against someone like, yeah, she fucked up. Oh, fuck me. What the fuck? I did not expect Andy to just walk straight up. This guy needs to be pushing. Hey, Victor? Please don't. That's just rude, man. That's just fucking rude. He doesn't even fucking push the tower. What the hell, dude? You're gonna flame the ribbon for that and you don't even push the tower. What the fuck is wrong with you? What a whiny little bitch. Jesus Christ. He reminds me of a little kid I met on Xbox once. He was playing Call of Duty. We ended up winning the round, but that guy just couldn't handle the fact that somebody had fucked up and didn't plant the bomb properly. It was search and destroy, I think. He's like, you should have fucking planted it at B, you fucking idiot. Why didn't you listen? He just started going crazy. He started saying he's gonna kill people's families. It was really, really bizarre to hear like a 10-year-old saying shit like that. But it happens. That's what I grew up with, you know, learning all these horrible, horrible words and extremely aggressive people being extremely rude. Looks like Xin Zhao going for some really crazy aggressive play there. Works out well for us. We do get the split experience and split gold. She doesn't get any experience for that because she's dead, but we do get split gold for that, so it's not too bad for us. As opposed to the enemy team only getting the kill gold, that's not bad at all. We can actually go ahead and do the dragon. Victor's not going to come down, but I know that the enemy Xin Zhao can't contest us, and there is good vision control here with the tank, so we are golden to take this. Perfect. Something really, really important is whenever you're taking the dragon, especially as two people, don't stand on top of each other because the dragon does do AoE damage. That's a really important thing to avoid is tanking twice as much damage as you should be. There's no reason for it. Beautifully played. Alright, that was really, really well done by him. I'm thankful that he had his stun up and everything. That was really poorly played by me to go in on that. I should not have followed that up. I did flash out immediately, so it didn't cost me too much, but thankfully our Victor did have his stun up, or his little zone of awesomeness. So that saved me quite a bit. Very nice. I'm happy with that. And we do have a solid lead in terms of vision control as well as tower control. We only are missing the top tower, which means we have a lot more control over objectives right now. The biggest thing about towers isn't the gold and the experience or any of that, it's the map pressure. Right now, the enemy team is in danger anytime they enter their bottom side jungle because they have no vision control over that area. It's incredibly dangerous for them to go anywhere near it. And that's why having these two towers down is really, really powerful. This one being down means we can enter from this side of the jungle anywhere and they can get caught out. This side down means that we can enter here and they get caught out. Basically, if they're in their jungle and we catch them, they're gonna die because there's no tower for them to retreat to. On top of that, they lose that vision area, so they're kind of forced into a very, very restricted field of view, making them in a much worse position than they should be. This Victor's looking like he's waiting for the blue buff. I'm not gonna leash this shit for you, dude. You're soloing there, you're not getting it. This guy's expecting me to leash it for him. Get the fuck out of here. This guy. What the fuck are you doing? He's been playing a pretty pussy level game against Annie, so I'm not gonna give him this shit. There's no way.
You call this civilized?
Cool. We're clear to sit in this bush just for a little bit.
Let me show you the
He doesn't want to play now because I took his blue buff. Shut the fuck up. This guy, what an entitled little bastard.
on the front.
We're gonna take top. Looks like Blitz was just hanging out top side. Looks like Victor is gonna give up pretty shortly. And he's fucking stupid. He's really fucking stupid. Was he not paying attention to the map there, or what? And it looks like Alistar got himself caught as well. This is really big throws. Really big throws for our team. Alright, looks like we can go ahead and kill Lucian here. He is in a very bad spot.
You cannot cage me.
Wait for it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What the fuck? Holy shit.
I will guide you.
This guy fucking curled up into a little ball to dodge that spear. Holy shit. That's why I have the smite though, the challenging smite, because it gives you vision over walls. So I smited him so I had vision of him as he walked away. But unfortunately, for some reason, he was able to survive. What the fuck is Riven doing taking my red buff? Girl, get the fuck out of here. Take your fucking lane. Top no flash, congratulations, but there's no way I'm gonna gank him right now, because we don't have any vision control. Riven, go push top. Stop. Jesus fuck. Got that shit. Got him with a little bit of ding ding. Is there a reward in here? Potentially no. Cool. That was beautifully done. There we go. Getting some solid auto attacks on that shit. You can probably take mid now. Beautifully done. And Caitlyn is still alive to help us push. Awesome. out of 10. Alright, I do have smite up. It's gonna be up, and there's gonna be another one up in about 45 seconds. I could smite this to clear wards, but I think it's probably smarter for me to just not do that. Looks like Victor's gonna try to contest with this. No, he's not. Okay, good. He's still not a salty sailor. What the fuck are you doing, Wukong? Come on. Think that shit through. Come on, bro. Think that shit through.
You cannot summon me.
Oh, that would have been amazing. So right now we have a 5 versus 5 pruning waiting to happen.
Instinct guides my steps.
I don't think I want to stick around for this. We can defend this, but I do need to go back and purchase some items. Our team is not poised to fight this. Annie does have her flash ultimate, makes me a little bit nervous. We do need to clear these minions here. Blitzcrank's hook is still down just for a couple more seconds. Interesting choice for Lucian to go ahead and clear that wave with his ultimate. That loses him a lot of his range clearing potential in his next tower dive. He should have waited until we were underneath the tower to do that, because right now, he's kind of just fucked himself out of this one. Let's see. Are they they're definitely going for this shit. Like, you want that shit, you're soloing it. I'm not risking my life for it.
Instinct guides my steps.
Look at how slowly he cleared that, and you wanted that from... Are you kidding me? Like, you wanted blue buff? You want me to leash you that shit? Get the fuck out of here. If it takes you that long to clear a buff, you do not deserve it at all. Riven does get herself killed, most likely here. I don't expect her to be able to survive this. With Wukong's ability just all in on her, it's looking pretty disastrous, unfortunately. She's constantly overextending, although it looks like she might live, but I might have just cursed her by saying that. Yeah, she's constantly overextending, and Alistar's there to try to save her? What the fuck, guys? Come on. We are chain throwing, but looks like Caitlyn is pushing up, taking some of that advantage. Keep going, girl. I do have the faith. Alright, I'll get the fuck out of here. I'm not a dumbass. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Come on. Oh, keep going, girl.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Let me show
An
you the
enemy
way.
has been slain.
Holy shit, she does it, boys. She doing the blue buff right now? Nah, she's not doing the blue buff, but we good to go. We good to do this. If Caitlyn shows up, we're not doing this without Caitlyn, bro. I guess maybe we are. With Riven, we can probably clear. It is really, really early to do a Baron, though. She ults that. Looks like we are pretty clear. I'm pretty surprised we got that for so little risk. That's pretty darn surprising. As long as you don't expect a leash. I don't know why people always ask for it. Like, you can take it whenever you want. Just don't expect me to hand feed you guys. Jeez. That's probably the biggest difference between me and a lot of other people who jungle. I do not leash for other people. Aside from level 1, I'm not gonna leash, you're not gonna leash me. It's a self-dependent thing. I'm not gonna take the 10 seconds out of my time to make sure that you have a safer time grabbing blue buff, because you're gonna go back to base with it anyways. 99% of the time I see someone come grab blue and then walk right back to base, or I guess teleport straight back to base. And it's kind of frustrating for me, it's that I wasted 10 seconds when I didn't need to. I could have been ganking, I could have been farming up. It puts me 10 seconds behind that I don't need to be. Now, it's something that I'm very, very anal about. That's kind of how I play jungle, is I'm very, very heavy on the efficiency. If my time is not being used efficiently, I feel like it's bad. Basically, my default should be farming up and getting more experience in gold. If I'm not defaulting to that, then I'm gonna fall behind of what my goals are. Usually I find myself being the highest level in the game or close to the highest level in the game, and I'm constantly farming. It looks like this is a bad call in my opinion. I don't want to be there. Even though they have Baron, it's way too risky that close to their base without Ribbon backing them up. I'm going to go ahead and grab this though. I did need to pick up some items. I do have a full power spike here. I could have picked up a Rylai's, although the enemy team doesn't really... I don't really see a reason for Rylai's. The Lucian, he can probably get to me with a Rylai's on him. The Xin Zhao still got the gap closed. The Blitzcrank is the problem, and he doesn't really get stopped by a Rylai's. It's mostly... It looks like we do have a 4-person down there. Awesome. But the Blitzcrank is probably the biggest threat, and he's not going to get stopped by a Rylai's. He's just going to walk up to one of our teammates and just grab him. So, looks like a good Caitlyn ultimate, or not Caitlyn ultimate, a good Annie ultimate into a Caitlyn auto attack. Beautifully done. Get the fuck out of here, boys. Got him, boys. That's the beauty of this smite, is you're able to just get that slow burn on somebody, let them die a little bit faster. Really weirdly done by Annie there. Not sure why she walked up to auto somebody. I guess she queued him as well. This looks like it should be game over. I had some pretty solid control in the game here. If that's kind of a good example of how you should be playing the map. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it was helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one.